everybody, welcome back. It's Tuesday, still just Tuesday, and we have got a fantastic launch party for you. I do hope you watched the earlier show. So we had launch day, and we were showing you these. These were the things that you've been waiting for. These are my special papers, and these are the Christmas edition. I know that everyone's been waiting with bated breath for these, but they were something that we launched earlier today. We've got some great deals for you, and if you want to get 2 of them, you can save 20% if you buy them today, so that's going to be well worth doing. I had Leanne with me earlier on today, but this afternoon, I've got Craig. Hi, Craig. You're looking a little bit kind of, I don't know, grubby, damp, wet.
You been in that bathroom again on the mobile?
Not a mobile, it's a proper telephone. It's a landline phone. Yeah, but we were doing something quite silly outside in the car park, weren't we, earlier on?
Yeah, someone might have been dribbling.
No, somebody might have been.
I had a task for you, a challenge.
Yeah, I know we weren't very good at the task, and then we were quite annoyed, so we had a bit of a fight afterwards.
Yeah, we did.
Water fight.
You were frustrated.
And
yes,
luckily you can't see my dress because it's still sopping wet, as Craig's bottom half is sopping wet as well, where I threw some water on.
Yeah. I'm dried now, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all right now.
Yes, I did. So I've done it for TikTok. I will pop it on Instagram later on. I need to edit it a little bit. But yes, both, of course, Becky and Nicola in the gallery. I challenged them to, well, to
an impossible task.
Well, some say impossible. So yeah, it was to turn a full glass of water and, of course, turn it upside down without, well, spilling any.
Yeah, and I didn't manage it at all.
You were both good, and you were thinking out the box and ways in which you could turn a glass of water upside down without spilling it, but you did fail. And then I, of course, came along and showed you how to do it.
Yeah, watch that on TikTok. It was quite funny.
Yes.
I apologise if I snorted part of the way through because I was laughing so much. It's quite
I will pop it on Instagram as well, and of course,
it's quite likely I snorted. So. We laughed. We all found it quite funny. It was good fun, wasn't it?
It was good
yes.
fun.
And we had good fun yesterday, and we're going to have good fun today on today's show.
We absolutely are. Not only are we here for an hour or 2 hours now for, of course, launch party. As you said, Leanne was in earlier on. Who best to launch my special paper Christmas edition? And of course, Leanne. Now, I'm just showing you one of everything just now because when it comes to each section within the show, I'll show you more finished samples. We've also got our Christmas shaker tags.
Love those.
They're great, aren't they? They're so, so good. We've got our Holly and Ivy collection that we're going to start with when we come back to May. And then my absolute favourites. You know I love Create a Card dies. I absolutely adore this die set. We're going to then go in and we're going to be making a card. It's not going to be this card, but we're going to use this die when it comes to what we're going to be making. So as I say, when we actually delve into each collection, I'll show you more finished samples from that range. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Fantastic. Looking forward to all of that. And we've got a few people in to say hello. We've got Pat saying good afternoon, everyone, from a very hot and steamy New Jersey. Jeffrey's here saying happy day. We've got Craig Bagel and Becky and the all-important, magnificent and sensational CTV crew. Jane is here saying hello from hot Las Vegas, and Gail is saying hello team from Maryland. Rosalind's here saying hello from Maryland. Do you two know each other? You might do. You might do. Just wanted to know. Yeah, we're going to start. Should I tell people about this price on this one? No, we're going to keep you waiting for that. But do have a look at the website. Get 2. That's all I'm going to say. Just get 2. Get 2 and save 20%. So the first collection we're going to show you is the Holly and the Ivy. This is the showstopper. Lots and lots of pieces in this. So we're going to get started straight away. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Jolly Holly Edge die. Really beautiful edgeable die that you've got here. Really effective. This one is your Merry Christmas greeting die. I love the font on this. I think it's very, very pretty with those little stars. We've then got a Create a Card die. This is your Christmas Jolly Holly. So you can see that the die is going to allow you to cut in into your card, or you can cut out individually. So you've got all those different parts and components on those dies there. This next one is your Sketchy Holly, which I think is a little rude. They're saying that Holly's sketchy in a sketchy area. This is Sketchy Holly. It's a stamp and die set. I really like this. I think it's gorgeous. One of those ones that you're really going to enjoy colouring and finishing off for your card makes. This next one is your Christmas message. Not your Christmas massage, as I misread it the other day. But if I show you the back of it, it does look like massage. Really lovely font that you've got here.
This one is gorgeous. This is your scroll with holly, a stamp and die set. So you've got those stamps with all those little embellishments of the holly, as well as all the dies that are going to go with it, as well as the scroll. This next one here is Holly and the Ivy stamp and die set. So this is another edgeable one that you've got here. Like I say, there's a lot in this showstopper and bundle. And this next one is your Holly and the Ivy sentiment stamps. So you've got dies in here, as well as the stamps. You can see you've got all of those different little mats and layers that you can be creating, as well as all those embellishments as well. It's absolutely stunning. This next one is your 3D embossing folder. Look at that. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? Really, really nice. This next one is your Christmas music, and we've discovered that you can't play this music, but it is a beautiful beautiful embossing folder with all of those musical notes. Then we have these Christmas sentiment stamps. So lots of wordage, I'm going to call it here. I think you would call it wordage. Lots of different fonts in here as well, lots of different sentiments that you've got in here. But I'm not finished. The next thing I'm going to show you, do we have two of these? Am I right in saying there are two of these in the bundle? There's two of the 6x6 paper pads. Now, different to normal, normally we say the 6x6 paper pad is just a smaller version of the 12x12. This one isn't, it's different. So in here, you've got different designs in here, but you've also got things like this. So you've got like a whole design over that 6x6 paper pad. Great for creating a card very, very quickly. Got different designs. Obviously, they're all going to work together, but different. You're going to get two of those 6x6 paper pads. You're also going to be getting two of the 8x8 vellums. Again, the vellums are beautiful. I'll probably take them out a little bit later to show you. As always, with all our vellums, they're absolutely glorious. They smell delicious as well. And then finally, you've got your 12x12 paper pad. And we've got, as always, a more detailed picture on one side and then a muted image on the back. But beautiful colours. You've got some sort of greys and greens in here. There's beautiful poinsettias, all those lovely, iconic and traditional kind of images that you've got in here. This is, as always, all of our paper pads are absolutely stunning, and you will find that these complement those 6x6 paper pads, but won't be exactly the same patterns throughout those. So, all of that, whew, there's a lot there, and for a fantastic price. £145 or $191. Platinum is £116 or $152.80. You've got dies, you've got stamps, you've got embossing folders, you've got all of those papers and the vellums in there. It's a huge collection, this, isn't it, Craig?
It is indeed, yeah. What's really lovely as well with that collection, the Holly and the Ivy, is, and I kind of said it last week when I launched this in Hobby Maker here in the UK, Holly and the Ivy, usually when it comes to our Christmas collections or our Christmas ranges, it's always in the background, isn't it? It's
yep.
giving it that extra detail bit away in the background. You see it subtly, just popped all throughout your paper pads, your stamps or that. Whereas what's lovely this year is we've given it the full kind of dedication of the collection to the Holly and the Ivy theme. So before we dive in and get started with the demonstration here, let's look at some of the finished samples, because you've got a nice range of creator cards. You know, it's kind of like an edgeable stamp and die, but it's at a little bit of a corner. You've got your big shakers as well that you can create.
Nice.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little bit of paper piece in there in the middle. There's that one that you can see. It's one whole stamp there, but nothing's stopping you from stamping it out and then cutting out little sections if you want to. So, you know, you could have your at Christmas horizontal or vertical. It's up to you. Then you've got your framework as well. So that one is actually, if we bring that in, that is actually that stamp and die there, but then it's just repeated on the other side to then create a squared frame, which is really, really well done. Bringing in your Mats and Laird dies, really good with the layout collection. There's another one with that creator card die, simply die cutting it straight in. But then really nice small ones. You don't need to do much at all. One of my most favourite sentiments, style-wise, that Merry Christmas. And you're probably going to find myself, Becky, using it all throughout the rest of this year for
Is that on craft
Christmas.
card, that one?
Yeah, so this one.
Yeah. No, that one you've got in your hat, that one.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, is that craft card?
Craft
That looks
card.
really effective, doesn't it?
Really effective, and then it's just been coloured with some of your colour blend pencils.
Nice.
That's just a few little dots of like a white gel pen.
Yeah.
So maybe you got your white gel pen in your Academy of Colour or with Bella Luna, something like that. Then you can then just add that accent detail. We've then got the ability to do the tear. Do you know something?
That's nice.
I love things like that where you tear and roll back. I never do it. I always forget like techniques like that. So I must remember to do tears and then tuck backs and fold backs and all that, because it adds to that effect. And then there's that one there. So that one is the edgeable, but look at it, it's been done within the stepper.
Oh, that's
front
nice.
stepper. So it's really, really fun, really, really different. And then, of course, come along in colour or paper piece. But we're going to make a box for this one. So you might make your own bath bombs, maybe your own wax melt, something like that. What's lovely with this collection as well, Becky, is yes, it is the holly and the ivy. So it's not necessarily full on like snowflakes or Santas and reindeers. So winter weddings, winter birthdays,
good point.
winter celebrations, you'll be able to use it for all of those. So I'm going to go in with my Score Master here, and then I've got 2 pieces of cardstock, ivory card from my own stash, 8 by 8. So for the box, I'm going to go in at I can't remember if I've done 1 inch or 1.5, yeah, 1 inch. So on one sheet, or one square, I'm going to score at 1 inch all the way round on the box lid side. So work that round onto the box lid of our Score Master, and then turn that around and then do that last side like so. And then we're going to then do exactly the same, so another piece 8 by 8, but we're going to go up to the box base side, and we're going to score also at the 1 inch. Now Becky, I find it really quite difficult to score upwards and keep it within the channel, so I just turn my board around.
Oh, I never thought to do that.
Still on the box base side.
Yeah.
You're still at number 1. Okay, the number 1's upside down, but it doesn't matter. You're still in that right position, and then I just find it a lot easier to score back on myself than I do against myself. So really, really easy, and then just score the second last, and then going into that last one at the 1 inch mark. So that is now, so let's do box lid, box base, so I don't forget. Let's bring in a piece of the paper from the pad. Now I've trimmed that to just under 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And although you're not really going to see the design of the Christmas music folder, what it does is this is going to make it a little bit tactile as well. So if you've got that touchy-feely on the top of the box, or of course this could be on a card. So I'm going to go into my folder here. Now with this being a 2D folder, I'm going to go base plate, I'm going to go top plate, and I do like to add in my metal shim as well, just to enhance that emboss just a little bit more. So base plate, metal shim, and then we're going to go in with our top plate. I've gone back to my Gemini Junior, as you guys know, or those that have watched us for a while. The Gemini Juniors, as much as I love the OG and the G2, I absolutely love and adore the Junior. It's on the website just for the UK though, so it is there. It's nice, it's smaller, compact, but that's why I've gone in with the Junior. So if I take that one out, you can see, there you go, you can just see that texture coming through. And even although it's run through, obviously the holly and the berries, it still works, like I say, makes it that little bit tactile. You can add your gilding waxes and that if you want, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to distress the edge with our edge crimpler. So I'm just going to then hold, and then I'm going to start to then just distress the edge. Because you've got embossed detail, what will happen sometimes is it will naturally want to tear in, so let it. Don't worry, you know, you're tearing the edges essentially, so you don't have to worry about it being overly precise or if it looks kind of natural. Like I'm holding it quite taut there, so if it starts to bend and buckle the cardstock, don't worry about it. We really want that torn, distress edge when it comes to the paper. And then what we're doing as well is we're going to mat and layer that onto a bit of colour card. So the white will start to stand out when it comes to the edges. Alternatively, you can ink them if you want to. So let's just work our way around. You could do your Gilding waxes or your Stay Sticky glue with your Gilding flakes and that. That would work. So you've got options. You've got options. You can use the collection as it is, or if you want to bring in more of the other mediums that you've got at home, then of course you can do that too.
Have you already started your Christmas shopping, Craig?
I've got one.
I can't believe it already.
Yeah, I've got one thanks to QVC and one of their TSVs the other week. So I'm started.
Is it a phone?
No, it's not actually, no.
It's not a phone to put in your bathroom?
No. Nope. Definitely not for a phone. For the bathroom.
I know. Well, I hope we're going to do Secret Santa this year, and then I'm hoping that I get you, Craig.
Yeah, well, none of us will get reduced stuff.
Huh?
None of us will get reduced stuff. Sam's gone. Oh, everyone knew it was Sam. Sam's gone now anyway. Like, not like gone. He's just, he's like, yeah. He's not, yeah, he's still alive, and he's not been sacked because of that. He's just moved on to another job.
Lots of people are loving what you're doing. I've got All Things Wonderful saying good evening from Kilmarnock. I'm looking forward to the show.
Oh,
but I've also got Yvonne Yvonne Belt saying I've missed a few shows and will be good to see tonight's show for a wee roundup. Sending love from Kilmarnock. So 2 people in Kilmarnock. Do you know each other?
No, we don't.
This is what I want to know.
Oh, maybe.
It's all, every time I see somebody from the same place, I think, do you know each other? It's a little bit like Lily and Kwok and myself. No, both come from London. We don't know each other. No, we don't know each other. I do wonder every time I go to a craft fair, I think, I wonder if I'll see anybody that I see the name of when it comes up. Crafty Stacey Lou says, I'm high or laid up in bed with a flu. Oh
no.
Dear. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Carol says, good morning. I can't wait to see what Craig creates. And Sherlan says, I'm watching on the big screen YouTube and commenting with on my Facebook with my phone. Covering all bases there. Anne says, I never think to emboss pattern paper, but it's a really nice effect. That's true. And then Carol says, I'm hard to take notes and watch Craig. I don't want to miss anything. Well, that is the beauty of being able to watch us back whenever you fancy it, isn't it?
It is indeed. Also, just to say as well, Becky, although I won't really be doing much demonstrating, but tonight, 8 o'clock UK time, that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time or 12 noon Pacific time, I'm going to be on Crafters Companion Facebook page and also Crafters Companion YouTube channel doing a QVC UK preview. Sarah's on next week. I want to say the 19th. Oh, it's this Friday, the 19th. Okay. Yeah, this Friday Sarah's on. So I've got lots and lots of new goodies. You'll have maybe seen them last week on HSN if you guys are watching stateside. But if you want to have another little nosy at some products, then I'm going to be live then for you to have a look. Right, let's... Is Ben watching?
Did you just hear what I heard?
I just heard what you heard.
Okay. So Ben, who's in Turkey doing those, he's not really, I think he's just sunning himself. He said in his hotel room in Turkey there is a toilet by the phone, a phone by the toilet. Because that is what Craig and I were talking about yesterday, and I said, don't you remember when you go into a hotel and they've got a phone by the side of the loo? And he's just like, no, and he made me feel like I was mad. But I think somebody did post on Facebook, there is an episode of Friends when that happens. And Craig and I are massive Friends fans, and that just passed us by.
I know.
So there we go.
That's what I'm doing, Nicola, as well. I'm just WhatsApping. I'm saying, can you send a picture of yourself on the toilet with the phone in view? Can you make sure your trousers
would it not be easier just to dictate that message?
Up. There we go.
Yeah, we don't want...
Tape that message.
Dictate it.
Oh, voice note it.
Well, just dictate it with your dictation on your phone.
Well, see, I could have rang him, but then he maybe would have answered on the toilet phone. Could you imagine?
That would have been awful, wouldn't it?
That would have been.
Yeah. How would we have known?
That would be interesting. Right, let's see. Let's see if he comes back with anything. But here we go. Gosh, I'm on holiday. What are these guys doing?
Well, this is, he must have been watching, otherwise he wouldn't have known we would been talking about it. So,
Actually, do you know what?
so maybe Ben is not lying.
Hey Ben, we are actually live at the moment. Don't worry if it's not a picture of you actually sitting on the toilet with your trousers up, but can you at least send a picture of the phone in the bathroom?
Yes.
There you go. Thanks, Ben. Love you. Right, yo. Let's see. There we are. I think that's the first time I've ever used my phone live on here. Might be the last as well.
Isn't it a rule we're not supposed to actually bring our phones into the studio?
What was that?
But it's supposed to be a rule, isn't it, that we're not supposed to bring our phones into the studio?
Who's ever said that?
Every channel I've ever been
Oh,
on.
yeah?
Yeah.
This is not a normal channel, though.
No, that's not. It's true.
We use it to interact with all of you at home.
We do.
We need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
You won't have known, Craig, but earlier on today, my dog looked like he had a brain tumour, and he had a scan today. And I said to my husband, don't message me until I come off air, because I don't want to know if it's bad news. And he said, well, it is bad news. He said, he's got a brain tumour. It's just whether it's big or small. And guess what he did?
What?
Messaged me during the show at about 1:30 to say. To say, I said, don't message until 2 o'clock, and to say that they can't find anything, so it doesn't look like a brain tumour at all. But I'd much rather not have known anything, because, if it being, said, oh, he's got, a couple of weeks to live, I would have been a sopping mess.
Oh my
a bit
gosh.
like I was when the coronation happened, and I kept crying.
Did you?
I did. I kept crying. Yeah, it was really embarrassing. Thanks, Nicola. Yes. But my dog looks like he's okay, so it's all right.
Good.
Yeah. It's a relief.
That's really good. Such a relief. Oh, no, there's nothing worse, isn't it, than something like that.
And he's my favourite child.
He's my favourite.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Dogs are my favourite.
Yeah.
So
but you don't want any worrying news when you're on air.
No,
or
you definitely
when you're
don't.
on holiday even. And now Ben's been inundated with messages of, please send me pictures of your toilet.
Yeah. Your mobile phone. I'm presuming he does know what we've been on about. He watched the video. So he replied to your reshare of the video, Nicola, but he didn't reply to the original video that his best mate, Craig. Well, I've got a new best mate, and her name's Becky.
Woo! I'm so excited!
I am going to have included in my rider now that I only work with Becky.
Yeah. And like you always say, you have to have Tetley tea bags.
Tetley tea bags.
Yeah.
Got to be Tetley tea bags.
What else is in your rider?
M&Ms without the blackberry ones in. Or blueberry.
What blackberry M&Ms can you get?
M&Ms. Skittles.
Oh.
Skittles.
You don't like the blackberry ones? They're my favourite ones.
No. And then the other thing, and I've stopped buying them because it's all you get, is the fizzy Haribos.
Yeah.
But they're just jam-packed full of the cherry ones.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
They're my favourite ones.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, then if I ever started buying them again.
We're perfectly matched in that way. I can eat your blackcurrant Skittles and and I can have your cherries, and you can have all my other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
And we are matched today. We did talk about that this morning, didn't we, before we came into the studio?
Yeah, when we woke up this morning
Messaged
together.
This in the morning. What are you wearing?
From the horse's mouth.
Amanda says, we're not hiding it very well if there is a torrid love affair going on, are we? Amanda says, lol, Craig, please, you've given me a terrible picture in my mind of Ben sitting on the loo watching YouTube whilst taking a photo with big shiny teeth like a donkey from Shrek.
He wouldn't be able to though, will he? Because he's just had an op on his bum.
Yeah.
Might be a bit sore. You might end up getting a picture of him on a commode.
Oh dear. Jane, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very glad my fur baby is okay too. It was worrying me. I was very worried indeed. But he's fine now, lying on the beach in the sunshine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he doesn't like the sand. Gets upset about the sand though. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
He's not
doesn't like puddles.
No.
Goes round puddles. He likes lying in front of a fire or in the sunshine
Right.
and eating. He's a little bit like me, to be honest.
I was about to say, he's a bit like you then.
I'm not keen on sand. I don't really like the rain either. I'd much rather be snoozing somewhere warm.
Uh-huh.
Are you using linen cardstock there?
I am, yes.
Okay.
It is, what collection did I take it out of? Oh, I can't remember now.
Like classic reds.
I think it was a
and
little
browns.
bit of a mix. I think one of the greens is from the daisies. And these are from Say It With Flowers.
Okay.
I think that one's from the daisy. And then I think I just took that from a stash that I had.
You do love your linen cardstock,
Oh, I do.
don't you?
Oh, I do, yeah. Yep, it's the best. Simply the best. I've taken these holly leaves here. Now, do I want the 3 or do I want the 2? Because you've got options here, Becky. So although you've got the ones that die cut the detail in, you've got ones that just create that kind of aperture or that solid silhouette.
Yep.
Then you've got this little one here. This one will either create little tiny little tuck-ins, sprigs, but you can also fit it in there
Oh, to
and
make
die
like
cut.
veins.
And then that gives you the detail veins within
that's
it.
clever.
So you've got quite a few
Yeah.
options. And then when it comes to these ones, these are also a perfect fit and a perfect match for these ones. So that's that one. And then it's this one here.
I really like how they've really thought these things out.
Exactly.
You know, they've made the best use of all of the different dyes that we put
They
together.
have. They really, really have. So it's the same with that one. I'm missing a little circle one. So I've got, I've got that circle one. There should be a triple circle one, which doesn't seem to be. What I might just need to do is fussy cut them. You will get in your set there, you'll get one that looks just like this, but it's just a solid of 3 berries.
Right.
Not little cut in detail. So I'm going to go in now. So the one with all that detail, let's pop onto that lighter green. The one with the silhouette, we're going to go in with the darker green. And we're going to tape that down. And then we're going to tape that down. And then this one, because it's going to cut little highlights out of the berries, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that onto the lighter red cardstock. And all that I'd done there a moment ago, Becky, is I'd done a triple drop shadow. So I'd done ivory onto red, and then I put the red onto the green.
Lovely.
So you've got a real depth when it comes to that Merry Christmas. We're going to then layer these ones up, run them through. So there's so much, even just within this one set that I'm using, with all those dies and stamps, holly and ivy sentiments, you've got so much options.
Yeah.
You've got so much cutability when it comes to what you can then create. So if we take them out and then them out. So that one there with the berries, you can see it gives you the highlight tuck in. So the other one that you get is just a solid triple a berry. So what I'm going to do instead, seeing as I can't find the other one, let's just stick this straight on. I can just fussy cut around it. So press that into place. If we then take these ones out, so if we pop all these little bits out, I'm going to add my glue or your dotty tape runner. Just going to add little bits around the edges. I'm going to take the one that matches, layer that over the top, and we've now got another holly leaf that looks a little bit more dimensional because you've got the dark just shining through. Or that could be your vellum, that could be pattern paper if you want.
Yeah, that would work really nicely with the vellum,
That would work really nice, really nice. So once again, you've got one that gives you the cut-in detail, one that gives you the solid, and then if you were to use that one in the middle, that's going to give you the vein work as well. So setting that one out there, what are you sniffing?
I'm sniffing the vellum because the vellum smells delicious.
You said that, was it yesterday?
Does.
I don't get, you know, there's a lot of things I love to sniff that sniff nicely
It
or
smells
smell
really nice.
nice.
It smells like, I think it smells like linseed oil.
Oh, we see. Well,
I said
no,
to
I'm not
Craig,
like
it smells really nice. He went, it smells like vellum. It does. Let me know if you...
rapeseed oil.
Linseed oil.
Oh, linseed oil.
Yeah, you know, like you would rub on your cricket bat.
Your what?
Your cricket bat. Yeah?
It's
No?
been a long time since I've sniffed a cricket bat.
Oh, yes, look. Ben said, greetings from Turkey, gang. A picture sent to Craig. Weirdest thing you've ever asked me to send you. Love to you all. Can we see?
Oh,
Can we see it?
there he is.
Can we see his teeth? No, he's hiding his teeth.
He is.
He is. He's looking at that adoringly.
Oh, he's looking very much like CM Punk.
Who?
He's a wrestler. He'll appreciate that. Oh my God, he's looking a little bit red as well.
He's gone ruby brown.
Yeah, look at that. Very
See,
red.
there you go. That is what we all should aspire to, having a phone by the side of your...
Yeah, what did he say? Welcome,
bathroom.
P.S. That's the weirdest
Toilet.
message you ever sent. Might order some pizza for whilst I'm in the shower.
On the phone?
On the phone?
phone.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ben. Really appreciate that. I know it's a little bit random, and obviously I'm probably going to get the sack now that I've been on my phone live on air. But thank you very much. You're looking very well as well. Hope you're having a good holiday. Hi, Laura and the kids. Bye. Love you. Love you. Bye. 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 That's what my mum does. My mum goes bye. 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 And by the first bye, I'm like bye. Hung up.
My mum says bye, bye, bye. Then she goes, oh, I need to tell you. And by that point, I've already put the phone down. And so then she has to phone me back.
Funny enough, my mum's coming tomorrow for a few days.
Oh, yeah, you said you're going to go to the cinema.
Yes, on Saturday.
Yep.
We're going
Now,
to see
do you
Twisters.
buy your cinema snacks before you go?
I hate that
Or
one.
do you buy them there?
No, I buy them there.
I like a cinema snack there.
Can you
I
stop
don't want to
saying
bring
that
my own.
word?
Cinema snack.
Snacks, I don't like that word.
What else can I call them?
I don't like the word snack, no.
A cinema treat.
Yeah, just sweets. Sweeties.
But they're not always sweets, are they?
Well, I get sweets. So, do you know
Do you not
something,
have
Nicola?
popcorn?
I've
Do you
never
like
had
popcorn?
hot food at the cinema.
You've not had hot... No, I don't have
No, hot food, no. I always get... So I either get the pick and mix.
Yeah.
Well, you see, because as many of you know, a number of months ago, I got the Odeon Unlimited card. So you can go as many times as you want, and you also get 10% off food and drink.
Ooh.
So I always get a large fizzy Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
always, and then I'll get pick and mix. But lately, the Odeon in Durham have installed a big Millions machine with all these different flavoured Millions, and there's even Iron Brew Millions. So I've been buying the big tubes, and then you just fill them up. And then there's no crunching, there's no nothing like that. It's just
So
nice.
you don't have popcorn at the cinema?
Well, occasionally, but it's, you know, I get to the end of the film and I'm walking out and I've only like eaten like that amount, and I've paid like £3 for it, £4 depending on the size.
I don't like the fact that it gets delivered in bin bags.
No, some are like
they don't,
that,
they
don't
don't
they?
pop it in the cinema. Do they make it of their own? I don't think they do. I think it's delivered in bin bags. Oh, so Nicola's saying she used to work at the cinema.
I think a lot of the Odeons make it from scratch.
I love I love going to the cinema and having the thing. I don't mind popcorn, but I can't. Exactly what you say. You get too much, you can't possibly eat it.
No.
But I like popcorn, Revels, and Maltesers, and I like to pour them all in one container.
All right.
And eat them together. And then most people don't like Revels, so it means I get to eat everything on myself.
Well, see,
yeah.
I do.
Or do you? What's your favourite? Toffee?
Well, you see, I don't eat a lot because, of course, it's milk chocolate around it.
Yeah.
But because it's all quite strongly flavoured,
Yep.
that the chocolate isn't overly powering. So I like that randomness. I do like the toffee ones, but I do like the coffee ones.
See, I love the coffee ones. I don't particularly like the orange ones. They're all right. When I was a child, I'm sure they used to do coconut ones. Like coconut cream.
Uh-huh.
But they were the fancy ones that I have at my ranch. But I do love a Revel. And I like a licorice all sort as well.
I remember watching a programme once, it was not that long ago actually, about the markup of popcorn. So like a huge big box would cost, what, £3 odd, £4 odd? But it's like 1.5 pence or something.
Really?
To actually make. And that's where they make a lot of money. So it's really interesting. And I believe, well, I don't know about first week, Jamie. So Jamie's asking, is it true about like the first week the cinema don't actually make any money on the films? I don't think they make money at all, do they? No, they don't make profits on tickets at all.
Why are there cinemas?
So they rely, of course, on people buying from the confectionery.
But in the UK, and I think I'm right in saying this, in the US, you can't bring your own snacks into cinemas, but in the UK you can.
Yeah.
As long as it's not hot food, yeah, you don't want someone bringing in McDonald's. I did see someone at the theatre that brought KFC in.
Wow.
Which I thought was, and they were just sitting at a random seat. They just thought you could go into the cinema or go into the theatre and sit wherever you fancied.
Right.
They had tickets, but they didn't realise they had to sit wherever they'd been allocated.
Yeah.
And they bought KFC.
Okay.
Yeah. And the worst thing about it was, it's someone I know. It wasn't some random, it was someone I actually know.
So did they share it with you?
No, I didn't sit anywhere near them. I said, your seats are over there.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben's just commented, watching you in the shower now. This is really weird. Thanks for the CM Punk comparison. Hi, Becky. Hope Craig's behaving himself. No, is the word. No, he's not.
Never.
He's naughty. He's naughty, that Craig.
He's naughty.
He's
very,
naughty.
very naughty. Let's bring that. It's all that was just doing there was just building up my box by then folding all of the lines into position. So I'm just going to press that in. Now, ideally, what I should have done, Becky, was before I assembled it, popped these little panels on. So let's come along. Let me get my tape runner, because I need to fill up my glue in the break. We're going to go in, and although this is going to be on a box lid, this could very simply be on the front of a 6x6 card blank. It doesn't need to be on a... Do you know something?
What?
I'm sure
Not much, no.
I have, because I scored at 1 inch all the way round, and that's a little bit too tight for my liking. I think, I second guessed myself, I think it should have been 1.5 inches. Anyway, it's
Never mind.
it's still fitting, but if you know me, you know that I like more of that outer edge matting layer. I like a deeper matting layer.
That looks to me like it's a box made out of white chocolate.
White chocolate?
Don't you think, you know, when you get some like fancy chocolate shops where they make boxes out of chocolate?
No. Boxes? Oh, here we go again. Boxes.
Yes.
Places make boxes out of chocolate.
Yes. Have you never made a box out of chocolate?
No, how would you...
Oh my goodness me.
How?
How? Very easily.
How?
Well, you get your chocolate and you get your mat and you temper your chocolate and then you lay it onto your mat and you make it all nice and flat and then you allow it to cool, but you don't put it in the fridge because it goes brittle, and you then would score it, and then you would cut little squares and you would build a box and sort of glue it together with chocolate, and then you make a little box so you could put like chocolates inside a chocolate box.
So how do you do the lid?
With a bit of chocolate. You could have that just sort of lifting up so you can slightly see it, or you could lift it up with a ribbon on it or something.
She's never done that on Chocky Wocky Doodah.
She would have done it on Chocky Wocky Doodah. I've made one of those. She must have made one of those in Chocky Wocky Doodah. Can I make you a chocolate box? Yeah, I can. Yeah.
And then we can put it on social and tag Chocky Wocky Doodah.
Yeah, I'm happy to make it. The reality is it's not going to survive the journey up here. Why can't I make it tonight? What, in the house where we have nothing that I can possibly make chocolate with? And it's raining so hard. Can you hear the rain?
I can hear it, yeah.
I'm not going out to the supermarket to go and buy any chocolate.
Well, you might see some celebrities here in Newton Aycliffe.
Maybe, yeah. Who? What favourite?
Scarlett Moffat from Gogglebox.
Does she come from here?
But, Bishop, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't.
Darlow.
I like him. I like Scarlett Moffat. Who else?
Does James Arthur not have a house in the area? Or from...
I know he's in the magazine that's been here since I came for my job interview. And there's a thing about James Arthur in that. Shelley says, I bought Iron Brew this year when I was in Scotland. I love it. I bought some from Amazon when I got home. It's yummy stuff. It is delicious.
Yeah, it is nice.
I've been somewhere where they made Iron Brew ice cream.
Yeah, that one I'll give you. Yeah,
I like that. Pat says, Craig, you make box making look so easy. I cannot talk and make a box at the same time. You're so talented.
Well, let's be fair. What am I talking about? It's pure rubbish, isn't it? It's not as if I'm having a big, you know, philosophical conversation while I'm box making.
Well, I don't know. We've talked about toilets, phones.
Reoccurring theme. Tune in tomorrow. We're back tomorrow, all day tomorrow. Round 3 of the toilets. Toilet talk.
Yesterday we had a message from Dawn about the Spectrum Noir, what were they, metallic wax.
Yeah.
I asked Leanne this morning and she says yes, water. With those ones. Yeah.
But a
tiny amount. What does she call it? A fly's tear.
So not a fly's eyelash.
She said that first of all, and then she changed it to a fly's tear, then a fairy's tear, which I would say is probably bigger than a fly's eyelash.
Yeah.
Very, very small amount, for whatever that is. Lynn Harvey says, it's so funny listening to you talk about taking food into the cinema because a work colleague and myself were discussing this earlier and she was telling me she takes McDonald's into the cinema, which I must admit I never thought about doing. No, that's just rude, I think. I don't,
yeah,
because it smells, doesn't it? You know,
yeah,
you don't take hot food.
Thinking of others around me, I wouldn't necessarily do that, but I do genuinely, and although I've got the unlimited card, I don't go loads because, you know, it still costs you for the sweets and that. But it is the case of, I would hate, I know I went through that scary time just after COVID when we thought the cinemas might actually close because, of course, all the films went straight to streaming sites and that. And I do like the experience of going to the cinema and on the big screen, and I like all that. So, yeah, I do try and go, and I buy sweets and drinks there, so I'm giving them some money.
That is lovely.
There we go. Look at that. So that could have been on a 6x6 card front. I said the other day on Hobby Maker, that reminds me of the opening of the Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It is precisely that.
Yeah, sorry, I can't quite hear you because of the rain on the roof.
It's very loud. It's very rainy. That's gorgeous. Love that, Craig.
Thank you.
Well done. So that is using. I'm going to have to use my outside voice now because it's very, very loud. This is a Holly and Ivy showstopper collection. Lots and lots of dies, stamps, embossing folders. You've also got some vellums and papers in there as well. A fantastic price, £116 or $152.80. We're going to take a quick break, see if we can stop the rain, and we will see you in a couple of moments.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite. Dare I say it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it, that's all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great. And if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yoghurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Oh, craft along a master. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We managed to get the rain to quieten down a little bit. You can probably just about hear us now. Now we're going to have a look at the My Special Papers. So this is a new launch. This has just come out. These are the Christmas papers. So if you've managed to get hold of the My Special Paper other packs, they are more appropriate for the rest of the year, but these ones are all Christmas orientated. As always, a 12 by 12 bundle that you've got here in this fantastic storage box, nice and sturdy storage box. You have got 240 pages here, 120 designs, and you've got 2 of each in here. There are some brand new designs that you've never seen before. So some of them are coming from your old favourites, the ones that you've really loved, perhaps things that you've used, all of them, or managed to not get a hold of when they actually launched, but there's going to be some brand new ones in here. They are uncoated, so you can use inks and all sorts of other things on them. The price of this is £49.99 or $59.99. Platinum price is £40 or $47.99. Now, if you want to buy 2, you can do, and you'll get 20% off if you buy 2 together. These make great gifts. If you buy one for a friend, one for yourself, or be greedy and keep them both for yourself is what I would probably do. Craig, these are gorgeous, aren't they?
Oh, they're absolutely beautiful. You know, really, really beautiful. I was so hoping that after we brought the first and the second edition out of the All Occasion that we would do a Christmas. I thought we would. I just didn't know for sure. So when I found out we were, I thought, absolutely brilliant. You know, yes, we'll have our 12 by 12s. I love the fact we were talking about it earlier on, even just the storage, the box, the way to store them upright, of course, you know, on top of each other if you've got the original 2 All Occasions. Maybe you're going to go for a couple of these ones that Becky was saying you can do. But going in here and having them all. Now, what I would say, Becky, is I would say it's about split. Half the crafters love double-sided and half the crafters love single-sided. I'm in the single-sided camp. I do prefer. For me, I think mentally it just takes away that decision of what side to use. So that's why I like the single-sided. But you've got multiple images. You've got a couple of sheets of each. But you'll see, like some of them here, you've got that scene already set, that very vintage theme that you've got. Because you've got a couple, if you do want to do a little bit of fussy cutting, if you want to create a card itself, that could go onto a 6x6 card front, or, you know, do it onto a larger 8x8 if you want. That could go 6x6, that could go into a 4x6, that could go onto a DL card. So there is, of course, 3 cards. Chop it up, you've got 4 6x6 fronts. So whether you're using that, whether you're using that, whether you're using that, or whether you're using that, you've got visual no matter what point of the papers you're using. You know, Santa, just in that sleigh with the reindeers coming through. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. You've got that dark tones all the way round, couple of each. But then some you've got, it's like a background edge to edge, a little bit more subtle, a little bit more winter-esque, as in out of Christmas. Then you've got more of the standout designs. You're going to find, of course, your Christmas colours. These ones, not necessarily Christmas, going to be good for the males if you want to. But then you can make your bags, you can make your cards. I mean, that one there, if you're doing a Christmas scrapbook, there's so many, because they're from certain collections. Yes, you do have new ones, but you've got some that are all going to work well together. So like these two would work well together if you're setting the scene. You've got your music lyrics, you've got your plaids and your tartans. A lot of you have asked for more plaids and tartans. I'm not saying any more, otherwise I might get into trouble. Then we're going to go into things
beautiful, those ones, aren't they?
You know, like the Bethlehem scene, absolutely beautiful. You know, your lanterns in there. You know, I am just going to keep going through here, Becky, so that you can get
it's good to be able to see them, because actually you can't, unless you can't see all the different designs on the website because there are too many. So this is your opportunity, isn't it, to be able to see all the different patterns that are in there.
It is.
They're very. I said this to Leanne earlier. There's a problem with this because they're all so nice. It's really hard to choose.
It's really, really hard to choose, for sure. But the fact that you've got all of them, what did you say,
240.
240 within these ones. But again, if you chop them up into your 6x6, you've got your 4 card fronts on one sheet. And you know, at Christmas time, we make and give, or make and sell more cards at Christmas time than any other time of the year. You want them, within reason, you want them to be quick, semi-quick, but you want them to still pack that punch. You still want them to be beautiful, elegant, and as though you've spent hours. Frosty and Bright, I absolutely blinking loved Frosty and Bright.
It's my favourite collection.
Yeah.
I like Winter White. I had that.
You have
Winter
that,
White and
yeah.
Frosty and Bright. I think it's just lovely. The Frosty, it's like it makes me think of sugar. I think it's just gorgeous.
It really, really is. You guys know me. I love my mints, my teals, my duck egg blues. Lately, I've been really into the pink tones as well. You know, obviously, I liked this when we brought out Frosty and Bright. But now, just being able to even go back to the collections. You might already have the collections, Becky, but you've used the papers up. What a great way now to go back, revisit everything. I mean, guys, if I move that out the way, look. I'm not even halfway through yet, but having that scene as well, going into your, was it Vintage Christmas, I think this one was called, but your different Santas. So you're really, I think that's maybe the Santa that verged, you know, when he was originally green with his jacket, going into the red, going way, way back, going in with the vintage roses in there as well. I mean, that one, there you go, there's Santa when he was blue. You know, I didn't even realise till recently there was a time where Santa would have been blue. Yeah. Not as in a sad blue.
Or blue as in cold.
No, not at all. But look at the robins. You've that, you know.
There's some very different designs in there, aren't there? You know, some of them are like the kind of things that you look, those very layered patterns, and others are more sort of cartoony.
That are, yeah. What about going in with your little glue pen and going in with your glitters, going in with your gilding flakes in there? Another one that this could be just little panels for your cards. Think of your easels and that as well. But then think about if you've got a new Christmas shaker tags. You've got, of course, the stocking. So that could be the background paper for your stocking of your Christmas tags. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to, if not within tonight, tomorrow when we're in, I'm going to separate these so it's one of each, just to make it a little bit quicker to go through. But back to, of course, the Frosty and Bright. But if I start to that, I tell you what, Jamie, can we go face on? Let's go face on, and then let's do a little bit of flicking, just to give you, if you've not seen them yet, a little bit more of a quicker indication. That woodwork and panel work, I do love that. You've got your snowflakes, you've got different times, you've got different eras in here, you've got your foliage, you've got your frosted, you've then got your floral as well. But all of these gorgeous, beautiful, single-sided, so you've got the 2 of each, so you're not missing out, whereas sometimes you get your double-sided, you're not missing, as I say, you're not having to choose, you've got 1 of each, and some of them, I'm not sure if I can quickly go back, maybe not that one here. What about chopping them up? And that could be ribbon wraps, panels, borders. You've got options too. So such a great, great set. Do you know something? The chances are, if like me, you're not going to use them all this year, and you know that the theme's next year, you know, if we do one next year, then of course that's still going to work with what you've got left over this year as well. Such a great, great box.
Absolutely, they are beautiful. And if you want to know what collections they come from, it's Winter's Tale, Watercolour Christmas, Winter Solstice, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Oh Holy Night, Season's Greetings, Christmas Cheer, Vintage Christmas, Frosty and Bright, and of course you've got some brand new ones in there that you would never have seen before. They are absolutely beautiful, and you have been buying them in your droves, unsurprisingly. We were all waiting for these to come out, and you know, as I said before, we get to see the things that are on their way, and they're over on a table, and we all go, "Ooh, look at that," and we'll get told we can't touch them. We can look at them, but we can't take them away.
Oh, I get told that all the time. You can look, but you can't touch,
Yeah,
Craig.
exactly. I know. Well, you've got to abide by those rules, haven't you? You've got to be careful. You can't just touch what doesn't belong to you.
Nope.
But these can belong to you now, and you could take full advantage of getting 2 and saving 20%. So if you buy 2, I can't find my piece of paper that's got all my calculations on it. I think if you buy 2, it's something like £79.98, and in dollars it's £95.98. Is that right? £92.98. That's not bad. £95. It's £79.98 or $95.92 cents if you want to buy 2. So it's worth doing. And did we say 17 pence per sheet?
Wow.
Is that your platinum price? That is incredible. You couldn't buy 12 by 12 plain paper in, you know, a cheap shop on the high street, if I put it that way, for that kind of price.
I mean, if you were to go into a craft shop, I know unfortunately there's not a lot more independent craft shops anymore, but if you did, for imagery, quality like that, you could be from $139 even all the way up to $199 for one sheet. You know, and I know that myself. So to get all of that, whether it's brand new, maybe you're new to us since last Christmas, so you've not seen any of these collections, then of course it's a great way to then dip your toe in with Christmas papers. I know Leanne would have shown you all of these within the actual launch day earlier on, but how beautiful are these? What's also lovely, and I think the way that we've done our ranges this year at Christmas, and we've planned them in, but the papers, Becky, you don't get sentiments. Now, you need sentiments, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So, if you join us tomorrow...
What have we got?
We've got a launch of brand new dies, which are Christmas sentiments.
Ooh.
You get an outside line, and that's going to work really well with any pattern papers that you've got. But if I just show you that one there, and then let's just show you that as well. So, boxes, cards, you can do your advent calendars, gift bags, all of these you can do with these, Becky.
They are absolutely beautiful, very, very inspiring. And I know if you've watched the earlier show, you would have seen Leanne making some great designs, but the design team creates some fantastic things, and you'll see those on our Facebook page. We've got lots of people saying how beautiful that box is. Sandy Brooks says, I can't wait to get my hands on these Christmas special papers. I've got 2 boxes. Good, take advantage of that 20% off. Mary Beth says, I'm usually on the double-sided preference, as I often prefer the B-side, or I may trim and matte and layer the B-side to coordinate with the A side, yes, but some of them have got the B side in there, haven't they? And then Karen says, I love, love, love these. Stephanie says, that's a huge stack. And Amanda says, I bought one, Becky, when you told us about the extra discount for 2. I've been thinking of 2, but the cost, gutted. What have I done? So I've bought 3. There's never too much.
Never.
Really good, well worth popping that in your basket and taking advantage of that discount. 20% off. Who wants to pay full price? Definitely worth doing. So if you're just joining us today, we are talking about the launch party. We've got lots and lots of things to show you. One of the things we've been showing you is this special papers and 12 by 12 paper pad. And it is, well, not paper pad, paper box. Very hard packaging, it looks fantastic, and it is available with a discount of 20% off, so you can buy one and gift the other, or be like me, keep both of them for yourself and just don't tell anyone you've got them. That's what I think we should do. Yeah.
I like that. Just to say, you said there, Sandy Brooks commented to say that Oh,
Borek. Sorry, it's Sandy Borek.
Borek. I was waiting to say because it's Sandy Brooks that's made this one here. Yeah. So no, different Sandy.
Do you know what? I kept reading the word Sandy and wanting to say Sandy Brooks because we've been talking about Sandy Brooks earlier on today. And so I do apologise about that. But
that's okay.
all of the makes the team make are fantastic, aren't they? So they really are beautiful, very inspiring. Right, next thing we're going to look at is Christmas scenes. Why can't I find those? Hello. Where they are. Right in front of me. The Christmas scenes. I haven't seen these.
Oh gosh, Gary.
Craig, Ben might be gone, but he's not really gone.
No, the jokes are still here.
I did say that. I said I can't be Ben.
You're a female Ben.
This first one here is your Christmas village. So you can see how these different layers make up the scene that you've got here. So you've got that die and you've also got a stamp here. And by using them with the black and the white, you can really see all those different kind of sections that you can create. So you can cut them inside the card like we've done here, or you can cut everything out like we've done down here. So that is your Christmas village. The next one is very difficult for me to get hold of, and this is your festive snowman. Oh, that looks so cute, doesn't he? And I think these work really well. If you're going to cut them out like this, you can make them into decorations to hang on the Christmas tree. Quite like that. Next one here is your Christmas woodland, which is beautiful with that stag looking across. It's like going through Richmond Park when you see all the stags in Richmond Park, and it's all frosty. See lots of. It is a famous park where Fenton ran away the dog.
Fenton the dog?
Have you not seen, you need to Google the video of the man going, Fenton, Fenton!
Oh, that, yeah.
That's where it is, yeah.
Chanel!
Yeah, they've still never caught hold of him. Fenton is still roaming free in Richmond Park.
Oh, so Chanel.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Yeah. That's what happens.
The
This next one is the Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. That is very pretty, isn't it? I do like that. In that lovely oval. Again, you're going to get the dies and you're going to get the stamp for that one. Then this one is your Christmas angel. And that is very pretty. Works. They've got lots of intricate designs down here. They look great in some mirrored card. And this one is your Let It Snow. Let it snow, let it snow. You've got the little stamp in there to pop it in the middle.
Let it snow,
And so those are the dies, but you've also got other things in the showstopper. So you want to go for the whole showstopper. These are all the things I've got in this little bundle here. Craft card, 50 sheets of craft card. You've also got some Violet Studios tags and twine. This is your home for Christmas. We've also got 12 Days of Christmas linen cardstock, Craig's absolute favourite in all of those beautiful colours. And then we've also got the 12 Days of Christmas 6x6 paper pad. So you've got some really nice designs that are going to work beautifully with that cardstock that you've got there. Lovely. Have I missed something? Tags and twine, I did that. Did that, Nicola, that bit there. Tags and twine. Tags and twine. Tags and twine, and then your paper pad. Beautiful colours in them. All of this, which is a huge bundle, £85 or $110. Platinum is £68 or $88. You've got loads in here. Craig, what are you going to make?
I'm going to then go in and cut into...
Sorry, what did you just do over there?
No.
Did you fall over?
No. No.
I think you fell over.
No.
You fell over.
You fell over. You fell over.
What is that from? Is that a football thing?
Well, probably,
I
yeah.
don't know.
We use it in wrestling as well.
The royal we.
The royal we.
Yeah.
The royal we. Yeah. Us wrestling fans that are dedicated. We're only like 4 months before it goes on Netflix. You'll all be able to watch. Let's show you some finished samples here because these are beautiful.
Really pretty.
Really pretty. Absolutely really, really pretty. I love, obviously these are create a card die. So cutting into your card, that's your card done, but you've got your outer die that then cuts it out. What I love about these is we give you a third die as well, a third outer die, which then can turn it into a little suspend and hanging bauble if you want to. But you can do your aperture domes as well. You can then colour over the top as well if you do them with the white card. And then you can then do your box scenes as well. If you go across onto my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel, so it's just Craig Laird CC, I think it's the recent tutorial I've used the angel when it comes to the Christmas scene dies, and I've used teal and I've used black, but I've used some of my duets as well. So you can always go across there. If you find it hard to find, just go on to my Facebook page, Craig Laird CC, and follow it from there. And then while you're there, just give us all a follow if you don't already. Becky Sworn CC, it's all CC at the end. Debbie Robinson CC, Debbie Fisher CC. So give us a follow. And we are going to go in. Well, I've already taken the die out.
Can I ask a quick question? So
Yeah.
I've tried to check of doing it this way, but Anne says, are the round ones in the set all the same size? I think the ovals and the round ones are the same size as each other, but I just want to check. Is that the case? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so, no, that's okay. So, absolutely. I'm not going to bring them all out, but if I bring in the Christmas tree, so the oval ones, they're all exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the circle ones, excuse me, when it comes to the circle ones, they are all exactly the same as well.
Okay,
so,
great.
no, it's
Thank
not
you
as
for
if
that.
they're different or anything like that. So what I'm going to do within this one is not actually use any of the outside edges. We're going to cut in to our card and leave it cut in. So I'm going to go in with some of the craft card that I've cut down to 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, white card 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I've taken one of the craft brown cards and envelopes that we had on the show as well. So I've taken one of them that's 6 by 6. I've got another piece of white card here that we're going to cut into, and then I've got some silver mirror as well, which is from that A5 bundle, so it's silver satin, and then a little bit of our double-sided adhesive sheets. So let's start off with the craft layer. So I'm just making sure it's the right way up, and I'm going to come to more of the right-hand side because we're going to do a ribbon strip down the left-hand side. So we're going to then take our low tack tape and press that in. So let's go in with our plates here. So I'm just going to layer up base frosted magnetic top plate, run that one through. Don't worry if you don't have a Gemini, they'll still work in any branded die cutting machine, size dependent of course, but they'll go through junior, cardstock also size dependent. You know, yes, it's going in the junior, but if you're going to cut into a big 8x8 sheet of card, you will of course need a larger die cutting machine. But if I remove that one out here and then pop that little bit out, pop these little bits out, and then that one, and then that one. So we've now got that shining through
Like
our craft. And if you were to lift that up on foam pads, can you see that natural shadow that it gives you? So really good with your string lights or anything along those lines. Now, although I said I'm not going to use the outer die, I am for this layer here. So let's go in with our detail die again. So I'm going to pop these little bits out. Do you know what these are going to be really good for as well? And I've not had a chance to try it just yet. The foil press.
Ooh, yeah.
Foil the detail and use the outer die to die cut it out.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to say 3 seconds, if that, when it comes to that one. So yeah, that's something that I need to try. So let's go in with the detail die, and then I'm going to go in with that next size up. Or will we use the, yeah, let's use the bobble one. So it's like you've got that little hoop at the top that you could make a decoration, hanging decoration, and suspend it from your tree or anywhere around the house. Run that one through as well. So we're going to do that one. What was my original plan? Was it the white? Oh, I can't remember what my original plan was. No, it must have been silver. Must have been silver. I'm going to go for silver. This is the thing, when you prep them well in advance, Becky, unless you leave yourself notes as to what
And
your
actually,
original
sometimes
plan
you've
was.
got plans for doing something, but as you're working with them, you change your mind, don't you?
You change your mind. Yeah, sometimes you do. You just change your mind. But either way, we're still going to get a really, really nice look. I think I remembered where I was going with this. I think. Let's take that one out here. So if I take that one out, like so, there's the little bits. So even in the silver satin, look at that.
Oh, it's lovely.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we're going to take that one out. So this one, just in case anyone wants to know, this is from the A5, the new bundle that we've just brought out. So if you got that earlier on with Becky and Leanne, that's where it's from. So because I've kind of gone for a mind blank and not actually remember what I was going to do when it comes to the layers, let's do the white as well. So pop all these bits out. It is key that you pop them out, because if you keep using them and then you don't pop the little bits out, you're not going to get a really nice cut, because you've got a bit of blockage in the little sections. So let's go in with that one. We're going to use the same die. So we're going to tape that one down and then tape that one down. So this bit's the only bit that I can't remember the direction I was going in. So we can take the stag that we've cut when it comes to the craft card. I'm going to then bring in my double-sided adhesive sheet. So if I move that out the way, let's get all of these layers ready to go. So then we can then have a play and decide what we're away to do. So pop them out. And even in the white, Becky, if I bring in a bit of craft card, just that white looks lovely.
It'll work really well if it's a birthday, won't it?
Yeah, of
because,
course.
You know, whilst it's sort of a wintry scene, it's not necessarily Christmassy, is it?
No, not at all. And if you tied them in with a couple of the sheets from the Christmas My Special papers that would work for the males, then there's your male birthday card as well. So I'm going to take the backing off here and let's place that. So I want it to be big enough for it to cover my image. So I'm going to take that little bit away so I can press down, because if I press down with my finger without this backing, I would just stick to it, which we don't want. So press that in, remove that out the way. So now we've got a sticky backing. So you could go in with your flakes, but I'm going to go in with a crystal glitter. So it's like a white crystal glitter. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on all over, and you won't use much at all. And I'm just going to work that in, working it into that adhesive sheet. So you're going to get an icy, sparkly backdrop with the stag. So if I take, let's take a little bit of card that I can tidy up just afterwards. Let's take, I'm just going to then decant that onto here. I'll pop it into the tub after. If you take a brush as well, just to take away any of that excess, because you don't want to waste any of your glitter or your flakes or whatever it is that you're going to be using. So let's take all that excess off. We've now got a lovely sparkly background.
Lovely.
So
I
if we
really
go
like that.
close up, you can see now you've got your sparkly background. All that excess, we can just brush that off in a moment. You can see that. There we go. Like so.
Nice.
There we are. So now let me just take, because that will bug me ever so slightly. So I'm just going to take my brush. You can then use your microfiber cloth if you want to, like so. So now we can then bring in my die cut. So I know I was going to do, was I going to do a triple one as well? I don't think I was.
I love the way you're asking us the questions and for me to go, yeah, that's what you said. I don't know, Craig, but it's looking lovely.
Oh, I know what I was going to do now. So I can still do it. I've not wasted that silver. Right, I know what I was going to do. So let's add my glue. I forgot to top it up. So if I add my dots, now at home, Becky, and you've seen me doing it so far tonight, when I've got that little bit more time, with your intricate die cut, my go-to adhesive is the tacky glue. I do like to use the tacky glue, spend that little bit of time making sure I've got a nice coverage on the back. So let's go in and add that by doing a drop shadow. So we're going to go in, drop shadow with that craft card there in the backdrop. So press all that into place. Then my plan was not actually to cut the image within the silver. It was to cut the outer die and then that die, so I've got a thin frame.
Okay.
So we can still do it. And then the actual image of the stag I could use another time in silver. So let's position that into place, tape that in. We're going to run that one through again. That's now given me my outer frame. So we're going to have that little bit of a satin silver. I'm not doing any mats and layers anywhere else, not behind, of course, the main image on the craft card of the card blank. I just want that nice little silver edge all the way around.
Just wants you to recap what you did, what you put on the back of the other piece to get the glitter to stick to it.
Yeah, no problem.
What did you use there?
So that is just some of our double-sided adhesive sheets. So we do them in A4 and it's a sticky sheet. There's a backing on each side. Like this side now, Becky, is also sticky. So we will peel that off to then, of course, attach it onto our card. So it's our double-sided adhesive sheets.
Great.
That's what I've used
you
there.
for that.
That's okay. So while actually we are here, let's add my tape round the side or my glue. I don't need to add any more because essentially I've got a big sticker. And what works really well is because that's going to be against the white. At the moment you've got that little bit of translucity, but that against the white will make it even more like stand out and frosty. So we're going to add this onto our card. Now before I do that, and I'm glad I remembered, let's bring in my ribbon. So I've just got some white satin ribbon here. And I'm going to go down one side and we're going to twist that around. You can colour your white satin ribbon if you want. And then I'm going to go in, just making sure I've got a nice coverage of my tape. I've got a frayed edge, so let's just snap that off. Bring in our card blank. I'm going to do a top fold or a tent fold card.
Okay.
We're going to pop that into here. So you don't have to use the outer dies to then create a real dimensional card if you don't want to. And then we're going to go in and we're going to frame that with the silver. But what I'm going to do is if you've got our small foam pad bundle, you know that you get these foam pad strips in them. And you've got two different widths. So I'm going to go in with the thinnest, which is a perfect width for these frames. Once again, they're in the small foam pad bundles that we do. Work that around. And before I put the foam on, Becky, I could have put some acetate there. And then we can then make a shaker on top of our glitter background. You might want to, because you've done glitter there, you might want to do sequins instead. If you've got, I mean, if you've got your Yuletide silver sequins from the tag die set, that would look quite nice. But let's just snap that one off. Now, of course, I'm not doing a shaker, so I don't need to worry about the ends of the foam pad strips connecting. But we can take the backing off all the way around. And then once we've got to the end, then what we're going to do, and I've purposely not done it until we come live, and that is hand tie a bow live. Because whenever I do one, everyone wants to see how I've done it. So let's pop that into there. So I like to line up the top of the oval or the bauble and then press that in. So that's really the only little bit of additional height that I'm creating, and I'm not even going to put a sentiment on there because it could be for winter, you know, celebrations out of Christmas. So let's take our ribbon that we've got. So I'm just going to then call little bunny ears, going to cross that over. And as we cross over, I'm just going to then pull it under. If you've got your bow maker on your Ultimate Pro, then you can use that.
How did you make that so easy?
Years and years of practice. Years and years of practice. So again, so I'm just going to go round my fingers here. So we've got that. And then I'm going to cross it over. And then this one here, I'm going to tuck under. So it comes through that other loop. And then we can then just hold, pull, hold, press, pull. And then we can make it as small or as large as we want, depending on the length, of course. So we can just keep tightening that into here, tighten that, and now we've got our little bow. Let's just
Are you
pull that
clever,
in.
Craig? Clever Craig.
Clever Craig. And then if you really want me to be a smart bum, let's take let's do a really, really tiny bow.
You're
That's
just
like-
showing off now.
I am just showing off. So if I take that and I'm going to do exactly the same, let's go a little bit further up. So cross over, tuck under, because no one believes that I even do my own tiny, tiny diddy little bows. Pull that in, keep pulling until you've got your tiny, tiny little diddy bow in there as well.
Oh. Craig, I'm going to get you to do the bow in my hair tomorrow.
Hey, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. So there's your little bow as
Before
well.
you
But
leave
let's
in the morning.
bring that one back in. What did you say? I missed that.
Nothing.
I'm going to watch back. I'm going to watch back what you said
I said before we leave in the morning.
before we leave, yeah. Before we get up.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll do that. Once we've had our first cup of coffee.
Tea. Tea.
Tea, sorry,
Tea.
yeah. We've
Craig-
watched the start of...
Craig drinks tea. Don't you tea? Don't you tea?
Don't
you,
do
Craig?
tea. I like my cup of tea in the morning with Susanna Reid on
Yeah.
Good Morning Britain. Mm-hmm. She's on holiday just now, though, summer holidays.
She's on holiday until August.
I know. So are...
Is she with Ben in Turkey? I don't think so. I do like Susanna Reid.
I do as
I
well.
like
Although
I like her new glasses.
I do like Kate Garraway as well,
I
though,
do,
who's on just now.
yeah.
I really like her. Now, let's not waste that tiny little bow. You can add a sentiment if you want to. But then there we go. We got there in the end after I eventually remembered what I was going to do. But you can see there, we've got that with the glitter into the backdrop. That was just a kind of crystal glitter.
That's lovely. Dead classy, that.
Classy.
Dead
Yes, just like
classy.
yourself.
Yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. So this is using the Christmas Scene Stamp and Die Showstopper collection. So we've got all of these different dies. That's the one you've just seen. And as we've just been talking about, they are in, well, they're the same size. So you've got some oval ones and you've also got some circular ones as well. But they're all going to, they're all the same kind of size. So if you're going to make a whole collection of these, they're all going to work together. So in the Showstopper, you're going to get those. You're also going to be getting your 6x6 paper pad, 12 days of
Size
Christmas.
matters, Becky. Size matters.
Yeah, it does matter. It's very important to get your size
is.
correct. You've also got your tags with the twine, and you've got your A4 linen cardstock, Craig's absolute favourite, and some craft card as well in that bundle. Platinum price, £68 or $88. Fantastic value. We'll give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, and we will see you in a couple of moments.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up, We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and tea.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it's a side I'm on. Sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. Yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family, so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together, and I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be free. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Lots and lots of comments. Craig, they didn't like what you just made. They loved it.
Oh, I thought you'd been like Simon Cowell there.
I was, wasn't I?
Yeah.
High-waisted trousers. Jane says, beautiful card. Jane also says she would mess up the bow in a second. I'm with you on that. I find bows quite difficult to do. Rosalind says, these scene dies are big enough for the Christmas window decorations. They are. They work really well. Alcha says, woohoo, Craig, beautiful. Fred171 says, clean, simple design is spectacular. Crafty Stacey Lou says, can't wait to use these designs. And Pat says, another beautiful card, Craig. Gail says, a beautiful work.
Thank you.
Maggie says, if you glued some acetate onto the glitter to make it shine, you put a tea light behind it.
Nice idea.
Lots of options there, aren't there?
Yeah, really, really good idea. If you want something a little bit more advanced, but like a craft along, if you go into my Craig Laird CC YouTube channel, you'll find the angel. As I said at the start, it's with teal and some black, but I use some of our duets as well. It's a little bit more advanced as to what I've done there.
Fantastic. And Fred171 says the demos of how to use a project is so helpful for future use and reference. It absolutely is, because sometimes we buy stuff and we put it away and we don't get around to using it for a while. And by the time we get it back, we've forgotten it. Or perhaps we've decided to do a demo and forgotten part of the way through what we're supposed to be doing. Happens to us all. He's not even listening to me. The next thing I'm going to show you are the shaker tags.
Did you just shake your tags at me?
I did just shake my tags at you.
Did you just drop your tags at me?
I just dropped my tags at you. I'm going to shake my
Careful.
Shake my tags at you.
Oh, that could have gone wrong on so many different angles.
Does anyone else remember the Shake Your Tic Tacs advert? That's what we were talking about in the...
I'd love to see what the subtitles say.
Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to get on with my work now, Craig. So these are the different dies that you will get in this bundle to make all these absolutely stunning little tags. So they are all created for you to make proper shaker tags, but of course you can use all the elements to be cutting out designs for creating other bits and pieces. Now in the showstopper, which I think is incredible price, you're going to get these, but you're also going to get some of this, which I'm not going to mention. You all know what this is. I'm not going to say what it is. It does work very well as a frisbee, as I tried out earlier on.
You can say it, I don't sing it.
Well, no, because then I have to sing it on my own, and I feel a little silly, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
No one wants to sing on their own.
That's true, but it is a big roll of foam on a roll that you get.
I'm not singing it. You've got some acetate as well. So basically, put everything in the bundle for you to get started on creating these shaker tags. You're also going to be getting Craig's favourite linen cardstock in those beautiful kind of jewel colours. You're going to be getting some iridescent sequins and, oh, I really like these. Look at those sequins. Beautiful colours. I really, really like these. I want jewel. Shall I put them up?
Yeah, do it.
Look. Oh, look, oh, look. Look, aren't they beautiful? Really lovely jewel colours that are going to work beautifully with that linen cardstock. The price for this is just crazy. For all of that, it's just £23.18 pattern price, or $34.16. The card, the sequins again, the circular foam tape, the acetate, and those dies. Fantastic value. These are great. I really like this. I like the idea of being able to make all these shaker tags. I might have to take these home as well. Craig, what are you going to make us? Going to make a shaker tag?
Shaker tag, funny enough, yeah. The only thing I'm missing is the sequins.
Do you want these ones? I have them both. What ones do you want?
Can I have the white ones, please?
Yes.
The Yuletide iridescence. Thank you so much. Rightio. So let's have a look at some finished samples first of all, that you can see what you can then be making with these, because these are cute. Yes, you can use them as tags, but then you can use them on the front of your cards as well. Really, really beautiful. You know, you've got your snow globe. So you can do your Santa, you can do your snowflake, you can do your snow globe, you can do the stocking, and you can do your circle baubles as well. Now, the actual snowflake already comes die cut with a little hole in it, but then on the actual die set, for all the other ones, you get this like a tiny little tag die, but it's a way that you can actually hang them up with some ribbon or thread. You can see how you can use that as a tag itself. What about decorating your boxes,
Well, that's
which
nice.
is a really good idea, isn't it?
Different, that.
It is different, yeah. Not using it as a shaker, but seeing through into the pattern paper, having the shaker on the top. If you're starting to use your template library with all the Christmas elements within a few of them, use them and then use your tags. And I love that one as well. That one there, creating a rosette and then doing the Santa on each side. So it's all about building up your tags or your toppers, if that's how you choose to use them. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to use it as a topper on our card. So move that out the way. Let's do a little bit of a background first, and we're going to use our Duet ink pads. So this is a nice little Diddy card, 4x4, and I'm going to go in with Waterfall and Midnight Mist. So let's get our blending tools in, and then I'm going to go in with the Waterfall to start with, and I'm just going to start to add the colour all the way round. So we're just going to then pick it up from the edge, start to blend in onto our cardstock. And it is watercolour card because we're going to do a little bit of spritzing with water. So I just want to make sure I have the right card. So keep going all the way around the edge. I'm not overly concerned too much about the centre because that will then be covered by our snowflake that we're going to be making. So don't worry too much about that. But going in, just really starting to build up the colour And as much as my favourite ink pads are the water reactive, and they always will be, when it comes to this effect here with the faux bleaching with water, the reason I really love the duets for this is it quite literally does strip the colour back like you're doing faux bleaching. So if I do this with a water reactive blue, spritz with water, it will lift the colour up, Becky, but you'll be left with tinges of the blue in the back. Right. Whereas with the duet, what happens is you're left with a colour card in the backdrop, which is white. I just think it's really, really cool the way that it strips it right back. So let's go round the edges once again, and then we're going to go in with our, so that was our waterfall. So let's go in with our midnight mist and add that little bit of depth round the edge. I'm just blending outwards because I've kind of started to curl the edge of my card, so I'm just being careful there because I don't want to curl it too much. So we can start to blend on, and then because we're only going on to that outer edge, we can gently press and push outwards. I'm going to blend in, and then we can then just start to add that bit of depth around the edge. It just creates a highlight when it comes to the edge, because we're not doing any mats and layers. We're going to keep this as it is, straight onto our card blank. So that dark blue edge is going to create a faux mat and layer. So it's a nice little tip or technique if you're trying to cut down the weight of the card or the height of the card. Come along and create a darker edge. So let's take my wipe just to clean that off just now.
Thank goodness for a gloss mat, eh?
What was that?
Thank goodness for the gloss mat.
I know, thank goodness indeed. So handy.
I didn't know I wanted one until I worked here, and then I realised they are so useful.
They really are. Yeah, they really are. It's one of those, as well as a V-blade paper trimmer, a glass mat I believe every crafter should have. Even, you know, actually I was waiting to say, even if you don't cut on it, I very rarely cut on it, Becky. I use it to actually work on, and that's the great thing about it. And because it stays cool, if you are going to be doing like modelling with your icing and things like that, it's a good thing to do. Of course, if you're doing your chocolate boxes, good for that as well.
You need something flexible. You need like a silicone mat, like the silicone mats we have, yeah? But obviously don't mix them for... I could make the chocolate box, I could. I haven't got any chocolate.
What I would say is if you are going to use your glass mat for anything food related, of course, keep one for food and one for, of course, craft and others. Now, our water spritz, you can then spritz onto your glass mat. I do tend to like to use a water brush and a little cup of water, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to flick with my hand. So I'm just spritzing into my hand, and then this is going to give me larger pools of water, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And that's going to start to lift and bleach the colour out from the cardstock.
Okay.
So let's dry that one off. I'm going to leave that for a moment, and then let's dry all that off.
I didn't know of that, a technique of like those...
Flicking.
Yeah, and then, can't think of the word, spritzing into your hand and then flicking the excess off from your fingers. Yeah, that works really well.
Well, because if you use the spritz tool, now if you go close up, yes, you do get your larger puddles, but they're still not quite as large as what I want here. It's still more of a larger mist of puddles. As you go further back, it really is a fine mist, like our water mister that we do now. So if you really do want those big pools, as I say, a cup of water, dip your paintbrush in and just tap. I do it that way. That's the way I usually do it. But if you don't have that, then of course spritz into your water and just flick. And then you get more of your larger puddles. So the longer you leave it, the more it's going to lift the colour. So if I...
Oh, there's lots coming off.
There's lots coming off. What you could have done, instead of kitchen roll, Becky, another bit of cardstock, and press that on.
Oh, yeah.
So then the waste would then transfer onto your card. But look at that.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's significantly different to using the water reactive, isn't it?
It's as if you've taken white paint or gesso and just flicked it over the back. That's probably the main reason, Becky, I absolutely love the duets, are simply because of that look. Now, I do want to use that one, so I'm going to take my heat tool and then just start to dry it off lightly before we start to do die cutting with the snowflakes. So let's go in.
And it doesn't matter using those duet ink pads, whether you've got the brushes or you could just use the ordinary sort of daubers or whatever we've got.
Yep, whether it's the blending tools, as you said, the brushes, the finger daubers, any other branded or any other style of blending tool, absolutely, you can use them no matter what. So what I'm going to do is, just because a little bit of the condensation's built up, I don't want that to, of course, affect and transfer onto my inked side. And because I'm heating it or drying it with my heat tool, it naturally wants to curl. So just turn that around, heat from the back, and then it flattens out. So where I said that is all I'm going to do with my mat and layer, that is exactly what I mean. No additional mats and layers. That's going to be the main panel that we're going to stick the snowflake on. So let's take my tape, get that going, and then you'll see how that dark blue just elevates it around that edge. It's as if you've got a really thin blue mat and layer. So let's set that one out the side there. Let's bring in some white cardstock and let's go in with our die set. So I'm going to go in with the snowflake. So let's take the snowflake, and then I'm also going to go in with a tiny diddy little snowflake. What's also cool is, though you've got the sequins in the set, you have all these little dies that create little shakers as well. So you've got the little stars there. So die cut that multiple times, and that gives you really small shaker components.
Oh, that's nice.
So you've got that option too. You've got the stars, you've got circles, and you've got something else, I think. Tiny little snowflake stars you've got. So with the snowflake, let's take our low tack tape. Now, if you use that die on its own, it's going to give you a solid snowflake. So that's what's going to happen with the die on its own. But if you come along with the snowflake die and the circle, which is not in there.
I think you took it out already.
Did I?
Isn't it on the other side of the...
Did I?
I thought you'd taken it out already.
Oh, there it is there.
No.
No, there it is. I
was
thought,
fibbing,
did I?
wasn't I? I was making it up, just seeing if you were awake.
I don't remember
I thought
taking
I
it
saw
out.
you move it, but...
Maybe it was just the snowflake you seen me move. So let's press that into place. Let's then go in with a little bit of blue. So this is blue linen, which is from the bundle.
Your favourite?
My
Love a
favourite.
bit of linen.
My favourite linen cardstock.
Do you wear a lot of linen in the summer?
I don't know. I keep my linen for my crafting. That's it. That's as far as we go with linen.
I thought maybe you were the kind of guy on a holiday and he was all in white linen with a Panama hat, looking like what was the man from Del Monte?
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember that?
the fruit pot. Was that linen that he had?
Pardon?
Did he wear linen, did he?
I thought the man from Del Monte was all in linen.
Was he in linen? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Or am I getting confused with Colonel Sanders from KFC?
From KFC. Well, maybe that's what it is as well. Yeah, it could very well be actually. I'm easily confused though, you know what I'm like. So we've now got our aperture snowflake. What we've got is we've got our tiny little circle that we can use elsewhere. And I say this quite a lot, Becky, look at your waist, because what we're also left with is we're left with what we're going to use as, well, we're not using it within this demo, I'm just using it to show you. You've got a stencil. So if I go in with my blending tool, you can use your low tack tape or you can use your repositionable spray. I'm only doing this very quickly to show you, but it's a nice way to use any of your waste up. Have a look, see what you're left with. I would definitely say your low tack spray or repositionable spray would be good for this, because you've got tiny little bits in there that can lift if you're not careful. But if you take that away,
Well, that's brilliant,
you've got your
isn't it?
snowflake
Yeah.
that you've just inked yourself. And it's a really, really nice way of creating your backdrops as well. So look at your waist, but let's go back to this one. I'm going to go in with the acetate. Let's take these little bits off here. Now, acetate, we need to add in our metal shim. So let's go base plate, metal shim. We're going to go in with our acetate. We're going to go in frosted magnetic top plate. So same plate configuration for your cardstock die cutting. The only difference is because it's an acetate and it's thicker, whether it's your construction, whether it's the heat proof, you need to add in that metal shim. So if we take that one out, we are then left with our snowflake. So it's a full solid snowflake that we've got. You can just kind of see it there in the light. So let's start to assemble this all together. So I've got my larger snowflake and I've got another 2 here. So let's bring that one in. Let's go with the one that's got the aperture cut in. And this is what I mean by the snowflake already comes with a little hole die cut in. And I'm going to add my tape. I'm going to go in with my tape all the way round. This would be another good way to use your double-sided adhesive sheets because we're a way to stick down the acetate. So you can pop your double-sided adhesive sheets on the back of your cardstock and then die cut it, and then you're going to be left with a sticker that you can peel back. So let's pop that over the top. I'm going to get it exactly over the top. You can then use your foam on a roll, or of course, if you've still got your foam pad strips, they're really handy. And we're going to work that all the way round. Just follow it. And because you've got that flexibility within the foam pad strips or the foam on a roll, it means you can just keep traveling around. This will, of course, be our shaker, so we're wanting to make sure that we've got no gaps in the joins. Let's take our scissors.
Could you cut them out of that funky foam as well?
You could, yeah. That would look quite smart, you know, the little decorations within that funky foam. That would be a really good way of using them too. And that will also give you height and dimension, but no extra weight. So if you do want the height, but you don't want the weight, use your funky foam and your craft foam. That would look quite smart. So gone in with those little shaker die cuts from the set. I would, of course, add more, but we're running out of time. So we're going to go in with our sequins, our Yuletide iridescent sequins. So I'm just going to bring and move that towards the centre. I know there's many ways that people will do shakers. This is the way that I do it, and that's it. I pop it onto the base layer, move all those little bits in. So if I take them, pop that in, just move it up because you don't want anything covering where your foam on a roll is going to be. Take off, and then the only thing you need to watch for is just make sure that you match up the little hanging hole at the top into the same bit. And I'm keeping that completely white, as you can see, but in the back that could be pattern paper. Now I've got our shaker.
Yeah.
Or what to do is this layer that I've cut the aperture and done acetate, do the same on the opposite layer, still create the shaker, but it means you can see through it, but you've got your shaker components there.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots and lots of ways. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to pop that into the middle, keeping it simple, add some foam pads to the back, and then we're going to take those 3 little blue snowflakes. This is still ever so slightly damp, so what I'm going to do, so my foam pads don't fall off, I'm just going to put a little bit of our tacky glue into the middle here. I'm going to press that in, and then let's do 1, 2, 3, and then let's go in with 1 snowflake there. You can add a sentiment wherever you like, but press that in, and then there we go, ready for you to add your sentiment or any embellishments that you want, but you've got your shaker.
Oh, that's lovely. I like a little card as well. It's really nice.
Nice
really
just having
like
a little
that.
card, isn't it?
Very nice. So this is using the Christmas shaker tags, and this is a showstopper that we've got. So not only are you going to be getting all of these different dies to create those different types of shaker tags, you're also going to be getting those iridescent sequins that were over with Craig. You're going to be getting this pack of brightly coloured sequins. So these are kind of jewel coloured. You're going to be getting some foam tape. You're also going to be getting some acetate, and you'll be getting the linen card pack. And this is the 12 days of Christmas, so you've got like a dark blue, a dark green, a plum colour, and those sort of browny, tawny kind of colours as well. And a fantastic price, £28.98 or $42.70. Platinum price is £23.18 or $34.16. Lots of people liking these. As Beth says, I could sew the sequins onto a fancy bag. I could, and I think I might quite like to do that. I do like these. Karen says, I bought the shaker tag and dye to make the shakers. I love them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And Janice says, my tag showstopper arrived today. Can't wait to get started. Well, hopefully that has whetted your appetite. Crafty Stacey Lou wants to know, what time is your show later on tonight?
So it's 8 o'clock UK time, so that's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time and 12 noon Pacific time. Again, it's a QVC UK preview, so you guys stateside, you'll have seen on HSN last week with Sarah what we're bringing to QVC on Friday. It's Sarah that's bringing it. Just to say that, so it's going to be an hour and a bit. It's not going to be demo heavy because it's to give the UK a preview as to what Sarah's bringing to QVC. We might do a little bit of a play, but yeah, it's going to be 8 o'clock tonight, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 noon Pacific time.
Fantastic. Now, Dawn says that was absolutely adorable. I think they're really cute. I mean, loads of the things that we've shown you today are absolutely gorgeous. But the thing that everyone has been waiting for is this big box of My Special Papers. They can be your special papers too. In here, you've got... They're not my special papers, they're your special papers. And I meant to say to Leanne, I thought this should be an interchangeable label, so you can say, you can change somebody's name. You have stencils here, so it can say Craig's Special Papers or Becky's Special Papers or something like that, so you can actually personalise them for people. It comes in this fantastic, nice big box, great for storage, and there's so many different designs in here. You've got loads of different patterns, things for all sorts of different needs. Now, whether you are into your kind of Scandinavian designs, your modern designs, or more traditional designs, you've got a winter's tale, you've got watercolour Christmas in here, you've also got winter solstice, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Oh Holy Night, Season's Greetings, Christmas Cheer, Vintage Christmas, Frosty and Bright, and you've got some brand new, never seen before papers in here. You've got 240, 160 GSM, and they're all uncoated papers. So you've got lots and lots of opportunities to ink on them. You're using your gilding wax or gilding flakes. Lots of ways of being able to change these. Now, if you've got hold of these in the past, we had 2 other versions for every day, but these ones are all Christmassy ones. They're £49.99 or $59.99. Platinum price is £40 or $47.99. And if I can find my piece of paper, it was, if you wanted to get them 2, you get 20% off, and it works out to be £79.98 for 2 or $95.92 for 2. And I think from looking at the comments, lots of people have been buying 2 because you're buying 1 for yourself and 1 to gift away. It is quite heavy, is all I'm going to say. It is quite sizable, so do remember that if you're going to be shipping it to somebody that's far away. Loads of people loving what we've been doing today. We've got a great day planned tomorrow as well, don't we, Craig?
We do indeed, yeah. So we've got a craft along tomorrow, which is all about the myths and legends. So if you check out the Crafters TV Facebook page tomorrow, you'll get that shopping list. Of course, myself and Becky will go over it right at the start of the craft along. But what we have got beforehand, that is a launch day. So craft along is going to be an hour at the usual time, live at 5, as Ben would say. But then to start with, we've got a launch day, and it's all about the Christmas sentiment. I love a good old sentiment when it comes to dies. These are absolutely brilliant. They're not too small like sometimes we're used to, but on the other hand, they're not too huge. They're in between, but what you've got is you've got a matte and layer die to go with it. The matte and layer, it gives you the ability to do an aperture then, for you to then do your shakers if you want, framework, but the actual sentiment will fit onto that matte and layer. Really, really good to finish your cards, really good to be the centre point of your card, really good for maybe down at the bottom of a scrapbook page or a memory book page. So we're going to be having a look at that tomorrow. And also that's just come into my head there when I was thinking about the Scene Create card dies. What you would be able to do as well is the actual sentiment you could use on the foil press and use the outer die to die cut it out. I think we might just go a little bit rogue tomorrow and bring out the foil
doesn't sound like
press.
us, Craig. Going a bit rogue.
Going to go a bit rogue and bring out the foil press.
Oh, why not? I think if you can't use a foil press at any other time of the year, you've got to be able to use it at Christmas.
Oh, absolutely.
Surely.
Completely agree.
And of course, it's Christmas for us.
And of course.
If you have been inspired by other makes, and who hasn't? I think as soon as I get home, I'm going to be making bits and pieces. We do also have some other things on the show. You saw Craig using this collection of gold and silver card. You've got encapsulated glitter card. These are all A5 pieces. You've also got that mirrored card. And you've also got the satin mirrored or the matte mirrored card, so not quite as sheeny as the other one. Big bundle of all of these different cards here. Did we say 300 sheets altogether? 300 sheets altogether. £35.20 is the platinum price, or $47.20. The next one I'm going to show you are the ribbons and the charms. We saw some of these with Leanne earlier today, and I'm going to get Craig to make a bow for me to wear in my hair tomorrow. These are really thick, wide grosgrain ribbons. You've got some stripy ones in the red and the green, and also in the baby pink and the pale blue. And then you've got the thicker, well, you've got the same solid colours in the green, the red, and the blue and the pink. Now, these ones work really well with all of those traditional Christmas colours. These ones work fantastically with that Frosty and Bright collection. So these are really great to have, but we're also including a selection of charms. These are all Christmassy charms. You've got 2 of each of these. So you've got, how many do we have altogether? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50? Well, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't know how many we get. How many do we get in the bundle?
It's
25.
about 50, isn't it?
It's 50, that's what I said, 25.
Because you get 2 of each.
Yeah, 25 altogether, 25 designs, and you get 2 of each. So you can make earrings. You can make 25 pairs of earrings and sell them. So you're going to get all of these. They are £45 or $54. Platinum price is £36 or $43.20. The next thing I've got for you are the card blanks and the envelopes, which are going to work really well with all of those cards and also with all of those embellishments as well. So you've got that red and the green, you've got 6x6 card blanks, and then you've got the matching envelopes to go with those in a really deep holly green and that really sort of berry scarlet red, really nice. You've also got the pink and the blue. Again, like we're saying, works really well with that Frosty and Bright, but you can see with the ribbons, oh, look how much they work. They really work there. The next one we've got is your craft card and your cream. Again, matching card blanks 6x6, and you've got those envelopes as well. £44 or $59. Platinum price is £35.20 or $47.20. Craig, are you making me something over there?
I just, while you were chatting there, I just made a bow from the mint and white.
Oh, look at that.
In the same way that we can see there.
Oh, I love that.
And we do another one there for Nicola, but we're going to have a run out of time. But yeah, that's what we've done there. And, you know, if I remember, I might show you again tomorrow if you want to see.
Yeah, I think that looks really effective. I'm very impressed with your ribbon prowess.
Not every guy can do a good bow.
No. Not any person could do a good bow is what I would say. And thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a fantastic time watching us and watching us giggle. I'm sure there'll be more silliness from myself and Craig tomorrow. Possibly not so many photographs of people in bathrooms being on the phone. But we never know. If you've got a phone in your bathroom, please let us know. Take us a picture. We'd like to see, but not you using it. Just showing us whether you've got it in there. Have a lovely evening. I hope it's dry wherever you are. We will see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock and again at 5. Have a nice evening. Come on, Craig, we need to go home. You need to get your show done.
I've got a live in an hour.
Take care. Bye.
Toodles.